No, this is lit. So what made you like leave sales? Because obviously you were doing well, you're making a good living for yourself. What made you say, I'm leaving corporate America, high-end sales. I'm doing my own thing.
Well, I went from working in Dallas to the big show in New York.
Yep.
And I moved up the ranks, shorten the story, broke a lot of sales records, got a lot of awards. The industry I was working in initially fell apart. The dot-com boom and bust happened. The companies all fell apart. So I went and worked for office products for a moment to kind of just stabilize things. And then like I said, I got in advertising. What really did it for me though, is when I started working for AT&T, I went back and looked at all of my sales results over my career, and I had sold in excess of $45 million in products and services.
Wow.
But the problem is, if that was my business, I would have had at least 10% of that. Not as a corporate salesperson. You get a great salary, great commission, fly first class, business account, but once you leave, it's gone.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be a salesperson until they're 60 and carrying a bag. And I did not want to go into management.
Yeah.
So it was the perfect time for me to say, pull the lever and press the button and get out. And we started our own boutique advertising agency. Surprisingly enough, my ex took me to a Primerica. Primerica. Now, I know a lot of people don't like multi-level marketing with Primerica because they sell insurance and financial services. That I went to Primerica and it opened my eyes to entrepreneurialism. Because being in sales, it was like having your own business working for another company. But I would go out and close a deal. My manager would eat, his manager would eat, the CEO would eat, the engineer would eat, customer service, everybody else. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Everybody has to eat off what I get. I can go out and sell the same stuff and make the profit. Bam. And I learned this in telecommunications. Many people would leave telecom, start their own LLC, and go make a contract with the company they used to work for, MCI, AT&T, Quest, whatever, and buy time in bulk and go sell it to their very customers that they did when they worked for the organizations. They were making 10 times more money selling the same product to their former customers at a better price because they were in business.
Yeah.
See, most of us were taught how to be labor in this Prussian school system. We were taught how to pull the lever, push the button, make the sausage. We weren't taught to be entrepreneurial minded and go out and build your own stuff and do your own thing. I actually had to repress that to go to school and other kind of things. So it was always something that made sense to me because at the end of the day, the biggest thing with being an entrepreneur is if you're not making money, you're not in business.
Yeah.
Coming from a sales background, I knew I could always make money. It's just what was I going to sell? That was pretty much it. So
gotcha.
So you realize that like working for corporate America, you're taking a big cut, and no matter how much you worked, it was never going to be enough to get you where you want to go.
Well, it's not like it was back when the CEO made 100 times as much as the lowest paid worker. Now you got CEOs making millions and wages have been flat. It doesn't take a brain surgeon or rocket scientist to understand that you can fly first class, live a cushy life, but there's no real job security. And just like anything, you get tired of running as a salesperson and closing deals. Well, what happens if you don't want to become a manager and you're tired of being a salesperson? What's the alternative? You make too much money to go anywhere else. So it just makes sense to start your own business. And it made perfect sense because, hey, I knew enough about the business to realize that starting a boutique advertising agency, I was selling the same products to the same companies that I was selling over here, and I had more access. So that's why I'm such a big proponent of sales. If you're going to be in business, you have to have somebody in charge of sales. Everybody knows the stuff, the core competencies, but until you can go out and drum up new business, make business, you're not really in business.
Yeah. If you're not making money, then quite frankly, it's a hobby. You know what I mean? It's not a business.
That's it.
So I'll say this because you were able to transition and use social media to propel your business. You've been on World Star. You were on World Star yesterday, matter of fact. You've been on it twice now, featured. Your YouTube is going viral.
Urban Central as well.
Yep.
Mhm.
Urban Central.
So can you tell us a little bit about like the importance of a digital footprint and how that's helped you with your business endeavors? Obviously, you're a high-level image consultant, but has that like how much more traffic has that driven? How has it helped your entrepreneurial pursuits?
Well, when I started my business, strangely enough, you have to know the market you're in, okay?
Mhm.
And in my business, it's a visual market.
Yep.
And being an image consultant, people want to be able to see that you know how to put things together.
Yep.
They want to check out your prices, check out your credentials. People want to kick the tires. So, excuse me. Being an image consultant, telling people that your image is 4 parts, guys. A, B, C, D. Appearance, behavior, communication, digital footprint.
Bam.
Digital footprint is the most long-lasting, probably the most important of the 4 after the 7 seconds. Because everyone, when they meet someone today, is going to look at their LinkedIn, their Facebook, their Insta, their this, their that. And you have to have a consistent personal brand strategy across all of your media. You are you're the same person, but you have a different reason for going to each social media platform. Case in point, you go to Facebook to connect with your friends and family members and things like that, if you still use it. If you go to Instagram, it's more for immediacy, these things. But you go to TikTok, it's for something different.
Yes.
But then when you go over to Snap, it may be for something different. And then go over to YouTube, it's more for long form content. Well, you can't have the same thing in all these different places.
Bam. Yeah.
Right.
And if you do, it shows a lower level understanding of who people are when they're on these things. But if you have something customized for Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, it shows that you as more of a savvy digital player, which raises your value in people's eyes.
Yes.
That is so true, man.
Yep.
Because if you take YouTube content, because I've noticed, because I've done experiments, I'll take like YouTube clips and I'll put on Instagram. It doesn't do nearly as well at all. You know what I mean? But if you just use something that you actually created for Instagram, that's more, I guess, how do I say? It's easier to consume on that platform. You're going to get more reach. And nowadays with social media, everything it is, engagement is the name of the game. Right. How long can you keep someone on the app? The more you can keep someone on the app, the further the algorithm is going to push you to other audiences. So that's very true what you were saying.
Well, Facebook did that. I don't know how long. If you've been around as long as I have, Facebook made a critical move in 2015 that Twitter did not do. Facebook slowed down organic reach. It used to be if you had 5,000 friends, if you made a post, it would go to all 5,000.
Yep.
Facebook automatically thought it back and said, no, we're only going to send it out to 10%. And if you want to reach those other 10%, you got to pay us.
Right.
Twitter didn't do that. So people were getting overloaded on Twitter.
Yeah.
And on Facebook, and with their purchase of Instagram, has not quietly, became the best place to market a personal brand. And the attention is underpriced. If you know who Gary Vee is, he preaches this all the time. Attention is currency.
Yes.
And you have to be able to, if you can grab someone's attention, keep it, that is valuable. Which, as we kind of get into this show, which is even weirder, like my show being 2 hours, 3 hours long, doing the numbers it does.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
And at the time too, like, you go on late and you're still getting like 5, 7, 8,000 live viewers. It's crazy.
But when I'm sitting in that chair, I'm a salesperson and an entrepreneur. But what you're seeing is a salesperson who knows how to present to a group, how to talk to this person, or build rapport with this person. Remember what's going on over here. Understand why I got to get in the process, because if you don't sign the contract, all this shit was for nothing.
Bam.
And I'm glad you said that, because like, I feel like most people forget about Facebook, but Facebook ads is one of the most powerful tools to get your name out there.
Oh, yeah.
People like put it under the rug. But I want to ask you, brother. So in my humble opinion, right? I believe that you're a good example of putting your brand out there and brand awareness. But let me ask you, when it comes to Instagram, how important is that for your brand and for networking?
Well, Instagram is your new phone number. You meet somebody out. Hey, how you doing? Blondie, how you doing? You're not going to get a phone number. What's your IG?
Yes.
Okay. And Instagram, you have to understand why Instagram works for women, because they are social and they can actually get a lot of information there.
Bam, yeah.
And how your page is laid out. I actually went and scrubbed my entire Instagram page, took it all down, and actually went and got the right kind of app to create a good story, to take a picture, to cut it up into 9 sections and post it on the.
So your feed looks good too.
Because I could take you to a 5-star, or take you to a nice restaurant, take you to a great restaurant.
Yep.
Well, I tell you it's a great restaurant. And I bring out do you like seafood?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shrimp.
So I take you out to a restaurant and tell you they have the best seafood. And the shrimp comes out and it's in the mashed potatoes. The salads kind of touch the mashed potato. It's all just kind of put together.
Yeah.
It's not plated very well.
Yeah.
I mean, and you without looking at it, it tastes good, but you look at it, it's not visually appealing.
Mm.
One of the most important things about food is the plate presentation.
Very true.
All right. How is your Instagram plated?
Yo, I'm gonna soundbite that one. That was excellent.
No, that's that, bro. That is so true, because when you look at it, when you go to a high-end restaurant versus like a mid-tier or lower-tier restaurant, one of the biggest differences is presentation.
Yep.
You know, quite frankly, you're paying for the experience and you're paying for the presentation and the exclusivity, a little bit more care with your food, etc. So presentation is very important.
When I started waiting tables at Papado, the uniform was a white shirt, black vest, white apron, and a red bow tie. All right. I made sure that my white shirts were starched. My apron was starched. My uniform was pressed. My pins were all the same color and aligned. There's some people who look like they pulled their shirts out between the cushions. My presentation put money in my pocket. When I came over to your table, I wasn't, hey, how you guys doing? So forth. Welcome to Papado. My name is Kevin. How may I help you? Even though I would wait on people I know, and I don't know you. You're a customer.
Mm-hmm.
I've had people like, man, why you're a customer? Because I don't want you to tip me like you know me. I want you to tip me for my professional service.
Bam.
It's always about human beings are visual, and we look at something and we perceive it to be higher value or respect it more. So if you actually have Instagram working for you like a tool, like your image is a tool,
Mm-hmm.
helping you get the outcome you want. Why are you on Instagram to begin with? What is the outcome you want to achieve? And is your Instagram lined up or plated to get you that outcome?
Kevin, you just said in a nutshell what I try to tell guys all the time. Look, use it correctly. Don't just post you bathroom selfies in the bathroom. Don't just post you doing random stuff. Post with intention, because when you post with intention, you get results.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? I tell guys all the time, right? You need to attract rather than chase, because when you can attract people to you, you get way more benefit, and you can focus on what really matters is working on yourself as a man, making your money right, all that good stuff. So
real quick,
let me say something. Don't be afraid to. I went onto my Instagram because I had done it wrong. I went and got an app. What's called Unfollow or something like that. We could just do mass deletes.
Yeah.
Shot my entire Instagram. And I started over.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, I'm gonna start with the end in mind. It's like I tell most guys, live your life backwards from your obituary.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If I had 10 million subscribers, how would my Instagram look? And you start like that.
Bam. Man,
Dude.
I'll go into super chats real quick. This is a lot of game for you guys, man. We haven't even started talking about the women yet, man. All right, so Cam Gibson with the $4.99 super chat. Legendary men, Mr. Samuels in Miami. Oh, Lord. Oh, yeah. You guys should have seen the ladies that were giving them some looks. You know what I'm saying? My NY Kia with the $5 super chat. Kevin Samuels has been a revelation and a breath of fresh air, valuable knowledge, straight truth with no chaser, and the leather jacket game is fire. Thank you. I'm going to take that compliment.
All right.
Crink Chris with the $5 super chat. Fresh Phil with the Godfather, Kevin Samuels in studio. That's a powerhouse.
Nice.
Fire emoji. Thank you guys so much for the super chats. Kyle Johnson, Godfather on deck, $5 super chat. Man, the people are loving you, Kevin.
Yep.
Guys.
And I just want to say this real quick. You guys, we did not rehearse any of that, guys. And you guys just heard it from Kevin straight. The importance of Instagram, social media, a digital footprint.
Mm-hmm.
Our course is live and closes tonight at midnight. DMs on demand, DMsOnDemandSystem.com, guys. Get in now. It's only $497. We're having a special price because for people, well, because we got Kevin here, we did it earlier with Donovan. So $4.97, get in now, guys, because we're going to close this thing at midnight. The Zoom calls begin tomorrow, where we're going to do the secret sauce.
Yep.
Teach you guys how to network on Instagram, how to get girls, how to get exotic cars, all that stuff, man. So we'll show you. We will teach you guys that.
We got to talk about this.
Yeah. But with that said, we will move on to the next question here. Actually, you know what? I got it right here. So, Kevin, your YouTube has exploded, which it is right now, actually, because he was on World Star yesterday. And a lot of it is, you're advising young women, maybe even older women, as to how to lock down a high value man. You know, you're getting 5,000 plus people watching you, asking these questions. What would be one of the biggest takeaway tips you could give to women in the current dating marketplace to lock down a high value guy?
Stop. Because only 10% of you are going to get it. I'm sorry. Look, I look. One of the biggest, 20% of you can qualify for it. Maybe 10% of you will land it. And that's really what my show is based on. You can, I don't begrudge you wanting what you want, but are you an 8, 9, and 10? Well, actually an adjustable 6, 8, or 9 in the looks. And are you an 8, 9, or 10 in the body? If not,
move along.
This is South Beach. You don't come to South Beach if you rocking a one piece. This is two-piece town. This is a bikini town. So this high value thing has worked because it just says women are hypergamous. They want to consolidate on the highest value man possible, but that may be different. See, that's possible. What's possible for Tina is not possible for Angie, is not possible for Hillary. So now I got women finally asking themselves the question, what does the kind of man that you want from a woman?
Putting it back on them for once, huh?
Well, and that's why I'm sitting here and I'm like, and I hear when I first started talking about this same kind of concept that honestly, it's been floating around the sphere a lot, you know. I've talked about this stuff for years, but moment in time it hit. Some of my detractors like, you're so mean, you're so rude, you're so this, you that. But you know what? Women are saying, I like your delivery, I like your approach, your honesty, because what they're doing is not working.
Right.
Look on your left finger and ask yourself, are you sporting the wedding ring of a man of value? If not, it's not working.
Right.
And I would tell women, if they want a high value man, understand you have to put a lifestyle plan together for that. You have to really scrutinize yourself inside and out, head to toe. You got to be brutally honest. Then you're going to have to do something most women aren't willing to do. Develop a financial strategy to enter into the market. It costs money to live in these areas, to be around men like this.
Yes.
And you're going to have to invest, which means sacrifice. And then educate yourself. You know, if you want to be around a man who's an entrepreneur or a business owner, you have to understand the language, lingua franca of all these things, and then take action. Many women just thought it was just good enough to be pretty and have WAP, and it's not enough.
Kevin, you know what's funny? We talked about this downstairs, right? There's many beautiful women here in Miami, especially in this building, right? And as you said earlier, it's because they know being in this environment is going to nurture what they want. However, they sacrifice a lot to be here. Some flew from Idaho, Texas, you name it, all to come here because one is a thriving, happy community. I want to say the word. And also because they know of affluent guys are in this building and around this area.
That's right. And that's the thing. It's like men understand that we have to be competitive. And like I said, one of the biggest things is I don't begrudge women wanting what they want. Are you willing to compete to get it? And I talk to women all the time, and I use my professional sales skills, my probing, my questioning, my ability to reframe, restate. It's all sales. And oftentimes a salesperson would blow a sale because you would assume something that was not there instead of asking a question a different way, or losing your patience or getting off track. and it costs you money. So people are like, I don't know if I can have the patience. I'm like, if your money's on the line, I don't know why you better develop more patience.
Man,
Guys, real quick, Donovan Sharp is in the chat. Shout out to Donovan Sharp.
In the house, man.
Gee,
Shout out to
what's
Donovan,
going on,
man. Guys, please like the video. We got 531 live viewers right now, man. Like the video, guys. Push us in the algorithm because you know they always censor this kind of content.